It goes on and on and on and on. Artists making something that will change the world. Creation is new mind. Keep on making something that will change the future. Cornish, help us to
Shit, I thought I had a lighter, sorry. Alright, here we go. You know this part. 2, 3.
Don't stop creating. Hold on to that feeling. Cornish people. Don't stop creating. Hold on to that feeling. Cornish people.
A little pitchy, but I love it. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ben Whipple who wrote that song. And to the Night Riders for performing. You guys, I think I speak for both Robbie and myself when I express what an honor it is to have been asked to host this event celebrating our beloved Cornish advisor and professor.
When Hal called us and told us that Brendan Fraser and Jared Hoffer had both said no. We were touched.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker of the evening, we'd like to welcome to the stage the president of Cornish College of the Arts, Nancy Usher.
Eat your hearts out, Union. Wow. This is a thrilling moment for me personally and for Cornish. And what I was thinking when I was listening to the beautiful song was, it was beautiful. This is the beginning of our week leading toward commencement. And many of you in this room can remember what that was like. And I feel that just us all being together tonight has imbued our college and the playhouse and our lives with the kind of spirituality that is going to be carried out through the week. So I just thank you so much for being here tonight. Sometimes it's hard to put things into words, and that's the feeling that I'm feeling now is that way. You know, Hal has brought us together. We know this. He's touched each of us, personally and professionally, and he has global accomplishments and professional successes to his credit. And he's, of course, a beloved teacher and leader at Cornish, has been for decades. We know Hal is an incredible human being, and, if I may use some Yiddish, a mensch. He's an And today I was sharing with Richard or someone that he seemed very rabbinical to me at lunch today. I just see, going to him for guidance, which, by the way, I have over my 4 years as president. I've needed a lot of it. He's a delightful colleague, and I want to tell you a story that Hal, if you can hear me, you're probably rolling your eyes because I've told it so many times, but here it is. In 1988, I work with Hal in Sitka, Alaska. We were both faculty members at the Sitka Fine Arts Camp. I'm a violist, and I was in charge of all the string instruments, and Hal was doing everything, reading Shakespeare, improvisation, and is a Renaissance person, so he was doing everything. And so he was really one of the first people I ever met who was a Cornish citizen, and so it affected me deeply that my sense of Cornish started to take shape when I knew him. So that impression that I had at the camp has stayed with me over the years, and it's been very powerful. So we had adventures. So one story in particular stands out, and Cornish is all about stories. I've learned that from and I'm so happy to tell you this. It may sound a little dull, but to me it was really exciting at the time. Hal and I were ferried over to this mysterious Russian ship. This was in 1988. And we performed, and I played my viola, and Hal read Shakespeare, and Liz Roth did mine, and there were a lot of Seattle people. So late into the night, I don't really drink. Anyone who knows me will say, you didn't really drink vodka, did you? But I did. So we had vodka and caviar, and we were whispering, and you just remember, Hal and I remember that night, and so our hosts, who were really nice guys, said they were fishermen. But I think they were spies. Hal and I still debate that. And my viola's name is Charles, and we were brought over to the ship in this little boat, and I was just holding on to my viola for dear life. I thought, oh my God, we're gonna sink, and I'll never be able to play my viola again. But anyway, it all worked out. So 27 years ago, Hal made life for our small island arts community meaningful and joyful. So leap ahead to 2010. And I was being considered for the Cornish presidency. And I looked everywhere for Hal. I was on campus, I didn't know anyone, but I knew Hal, and I just love him. And I hadn't kept in touch, sadly, but I was looking everywhere. And then someone told me, I said, I didn't want to embarrass him in case he didn't remember me or something. So I didn't know how to tell him I was a candidate for president. I said, well, don't worry, Nancy, he's not here, he's on sabbatical. So anyway, but I loved him, I love him. And so, honestly, when I had the privilege of accepting this presidency, Hal was in my mind. And I knew that he represented something that's very precious about this college. So Hal, as we know, is moving on to his next life chapter. We've begun the second Cornish century. Now Hal said to me, Nancy, part of why you're getting up and talking tonight is tell the people about what Cornish is doing now. So I feel, in a way, a little self-conscious about this because this night is really about Hal. However, Hal told me to tell you about Cornish. Of course, I love to do that, so he gave me permission. So you saw, if you were on our downtown campus, you saw our almost completed 20-story live-learn space and the Cornish Commons, and we're here at the Playhouse, which has been a great joy, and we have a studio in back, and our wonderful theater department has done such beautiful productions, both on the main stage and the studio over the last years. We're working on a new building called the Centennial Lab, which will focus on a restructured visual arts curriculum, and collaboration is so important to all of us here. And we have exhilarating times ahead, looking at intriguing opportunities for performing and visual arts to work together. And we're launching a new film media program here, even though we've always had film in some form, but it'll be even more. So, about you, lovely, beautiful people. Our vision for more deeply engaging with alumni is taking form with an alumni centennial celebration plan for the last weekend in October in 2015, and you'll be hearing more about this soon. Hal will be joining an arts and social justice panel for that event, working with our dear trustee and speaker tonight and alumna, Alutha Relish, and others. So here is what I want to say to you, Hal, if you're listening. I want to thank you, Hal. He told me he wasn't going to be out here. He'll be backstage. All that he has contributed to Cornish, our students and community, and to the legacy of our college. And I am personally grateful to Hal for all the help he has given to me. Ladies and gentlemen, there are times when my life is very complicated, and Hal will knock on my door, he'll come into my office, he'll close the door, and he'll tell me what I need to know. I cannot tell you, honestly, what that means to me. I want to say, as I close here, how fantastic it is to see each and every one of you back here. I know that as we both celebrate and roast our dear Hal, we will have this very special evening together. Thank you.